Hello. We're back once again, this time with week 7 of the GRLCS season 14. I'm Retro Dragon alongside of my co-caster here, Images. Sorry, that's mixing up the names now. But yeah, we're gonna have some pretty exciting games here. You wanna go ahead and read off our list of what we have scheduled for tonight or today?
Yes, and today we got Rivals versus Lighthouse Storm on the first game, and then on the second game we have Spawn Point versus Get Money Boys. So it's gonna be some pretty exciting games today this week.
Yeah, definitely so. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into this first game here. You wanna go ahead and introduce this blue side to us?
Yes, on the blue side we have Rivals over here. We have Tomcat in the top lane with Mordekaiser. We got iGobi with Volibear in the jungle. We got Eyesight as Ari in the mid lane. We got iSurge as Ezreal in the bot lane, and CB the Barbarian as the support going Leona.
While over on to our red side, we have here the Lighthouse Storm, the trustiest Karma, my bad, playing the you're in top lane, little Dizzy in the playing Udia in jungle, CB around in the Oriana. Here comes a 5 stack in
Oh,
the
here's
mid.
the five and goes in with Feeding Lesbian, and then Tomcat's getting a little chunked, but Feeding Lesbian might go down early with First Blood over to iSurge, and they don't with the flash on Little Dizzy trying to pick up the second kill for iSurge, and that's 2 kills for the side of Rivals right off. Oh my gosh.
I feel like that was coordinated where like both teams like, okay, we're all just gonna meet up bot lane and start duking it out and we'll see how it goes. And it looks like Rivals are going to be taking that one. That was nice little fun to have. Since these are two, unfortunately, more on the bottom side of the split teams. But having a little fun as we go is definitely what it's all about here over in the GRLCS. So, going to be seeing some early first bloods going down here. Maybe the earliest we've had so far. Let's go ahead and continue on with introductions. We have C Brown playing that Oriana in the mid lane, Sellouts playing the Kaisa in the bot lane, and then beating Lesbians, who was unfortunately one to go down for first blood, playing the Nautilus as their support.
Yeah, and just like that, I kind of thought that to the side of Lighthouse Storm was gonna have it on that little 1v1 in the bot lane, but then I realized once it started going down, I was like, well, they got way more CC early, and they popped the flashes for it to get it on with CB Barbarian, and it just worked out for them at the end of it.
Yeah, it did work out in the end. A little bit of pause happening so then those two could reconnect there. We saw Eyesight just kind of AFK standing there because he was disconnected. A little unfortunate, but nonetheless, he didn't take any tower shots, so not too bad in the end of the day. So
When you're looking at these two sides, you see Well, Feeding Lesbians is hungry early right now with CB Barbarian trying to get Sellout off of iSurge. With them fighting under tower, chunks him. And there's, oh my god, CB Barbarian barely makes out with his life, but iSurge still has enough health to kind of stay in lane and farm up.
yeah, still having enough health, using the pots early on so he can get this heal off and still stay in lane so he's not going to leave Ezreal all by his lonesome against this pretty aggressive bot lane. We're seeing from Feeding Lesbians and Sell a lot of damage coming out here in the early game.
Yeah, and with Kaisa, I was really confused with the Kaisa Knot. I mean, Kaisa Knot's nice, and obviously with Nautilus is like engage, engage, engage. But I just didn't think Kaisa would do that much early, but since they had the level advantage on them, they were able to get those nice little chunks.
Yeah, and then freshman CB in the chat saying it's pronounced iGobby. So
Gabi?
yeah,
Gotcha.
iGobby. And speaking of which, he's coming into bot lane.
And here comes Feedy Lesbian getting chunked by iSurge, but grabs onto the wall. And then iGobby flashes on, and iSurge just picks up with the Q and just waltzes out.
All it's on out of there. Nicely done for a gank. Next and successful. Getting Ezra up to 2-0. I'm interested to see if this is going to be that really strong mid to early game sort of Ezra we've been seeing in meta more recently with the Essence Reaver into the Dustblade and foregoing the idea of going tier just because like you have Essence Reaver deal out to your mana issues. And then you know just doing tons of damage for the early game and mid game. You're losing out some of that late game scaling, but if you can finish out these games in mid game, then there's no reason to need to get to that late game power spike.
And right here, a little Dizzy camping up here, trying to get Tomcat caught out. But as you said, I mean, iSearch hurts down there, and it's barely just a Doran's ring. He's got the levels, he's got the CS, and Tomcat does not see this. So I don't know when he's going to go in for this. It might be a whole nother wave. Oh, no. He
Ooh,
goes for
no.
the ward. Oh, and the flash comes out actually from Trustiest Karma and from Tomcat. Oh, from Tomcat. Never mind, take that back. But made it out with the skin of his teeth.
Able to get it out of there, but not having that flash means he's a lot more vulnerable to any further ganks here. He's playing pretty smart by staying back a little bit, not pushing too far forward for him anyway, but it is in a position where it's just going to be pushing towards Trustiest Karma, unless Trustiest Karma maybe thins out this wave just a little bit, but it doesn't look like that. Trustiest Karma just aims to really keep up this pushing, so makes Tomcat step up a lot more, and not having that flash is definitely going to be punished.
Oh man, and here comes a little Dizzy, but he forgets that it's warded. I guess he didn't see it when he came down when he was there the first time when Tomcat dropped. He just saw him, smelt blood, but he's still there. He's still waiting for it. Oh, and iGobby here going in for the gank in the jungle. Can he pick it up? Yes, feeding lesbian gets Q, but able just to send some damage out and walk away.
Sending out some damage here, really getting this early pressure on. We know that the top lane, or the jungle is in the top lane, so this is a pretty free dragon. Nothing to really contest in the soft doing this because Dizzy just spending so much time in this top lane, forgetting that it's warded from the first time that Tomcat, walked up towards him. He just forgot that there was a ward there, so really well played by the rivals so far, seeing that they decided, they placed that ward down and really capitalizing on that little Dizzy just having forgot that there's a ward in that bush means that they can Tomcat plays safely, and then the other side of the map gets really some pretty good work done on them.
Yeah, and with Trusty's Karma right now versus Tomcat as a Mordekaiser Fiora, like Fiora wants to take the advantage, wants to go for the fights, but it might be getting to the level advantage now that he hit 6 that he might just be a little bit big right now, so that gank does need to come in from Little Dizzy, but needs a clear ward this time.
Yeah, ward is down, so doesn't need to worry about that just yet. We do have Tomcat having a spare one in his pocket, so he might be able to defend himself off from another one. But for now, we're just going to be chilling out a little bit here. A lot of gold going around all around the map here, but mainly the advantage going over the rivals. It is stifled just a little bit thanks to a little bit the CS differences that we're seeing, mainly in the jungle and the top lane a little bit. But maybe we'll be seeing a little bit of a larger one, seeing that Sellout is aiming to make a freeze happen in this bot lane. Means that they have to push up a lot more. It means that Lil Dizzy has an easier way to try to make a gank happen over onto this pretty aggressive bot lane of CD Barbarian and Ice Surge.
Oh man, and they're just walking right here. Just doesn't even know if they're gonna get the chance. Yeah, just places the ward and walks away. Man, they're both next to each other and didn't even know it.
Did not even know it. But for now, we're just going to be moving on here. Ice Surge already picking up that Sheen. He's doing tons of damage for himself. And 2 long swords means that we are probably going to be seeing the Essence Reaver Dustblade sort of build coming out of Ezreal, which is pretty good. I mean, Ezreal's always known for being the person you want to dominate against these crit ADCs. Crit ADCs really get their power spiked at 3 items, while Ezreal only needs 2 items at any point in the game, or any build he really does, is a 2-item power spike. Once he gets an item plus a Sheen item, he's pretty well off. Once he has a tier, it slows it down just by a little bit here, so then it gets closer to getting that, for ADCs getting to that 3-item power spike. But Ice Surge going with the Essence Reaver Dustblade build means that he's going to have ample amounts of time before, the enemy ADC can really get to that 3-item power spike and maybe try to look to dominate a little bit more with how much damage he can dish out.
Oh man, and Eyesight says, give me that. Just diving C Brown under tower. Really aggressive play, but it almost had it work out for him. And I was just saying this, like right now, Ice Surge is landing all the combos. It's kind of like he missed it on that one when he switched over to him, but before he was hitting all the combos, and that's what you want as Ezreal in the bot lane. You want him to hit these. Oh, and Feeding Lesbian goes for the hug with Little Dizzy, just misses it.
Yeah, Feeding Lesbians just barely misses out on there, and Little Dizzy got caught up by that control ward. So unfortunately, no gank happening just yet, but E is down, so maybe we're looking for a little bit of a repeat. Has to be careful though, because Ezreal with a Sheen is quite a bit of damage. I would say even a lot more than a pickaxe can do alone. I have to see how well they're going to be playing out this team fight or this engage for the bot lane of Lighthouse Storm. Right now, Tomcat is just having a whale of a time against this trustiest Karma. Not even opting in to go early plated steel caps, going ahead and just buy the leeching Leer to do a little bit extra damage and get a little extra healing under his belt to really punish trustiest Karma a little bit more.
Man, this bot lane's going crazy. The CB Barbarian like holding off little Dizzy from coming in, while iSurge just goes and just pokes out Feeding Lesbian's health right there. As you can see, iSurge's man is down, but Feeding Lesbian's had half health. Oh, here's iGabi coming in from the lane. Wonder if he's gonna make it into the bush or if he's just gonna wander.
Looks like he is going to be wandering a little bit. Dragon spawning up here in about 40 seconds. But first, the top lane's having a little bit of a duke out right here with Trusty's Karma and Tomcat.
Oh, now this time they might be serious. They might be going because, I mean, with Trusty's Karma popping ult, thought he was maybe going to do a little bit more damage in Tomcat and was like, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to get back.
Yeah, just going to play a little safe. He did get quite low, and you don't want to necessarily stay underneath that Mordekaiser's passive. Flash out from the sellout.
Oh, and here comes little Dizzy in right here. Oh, and goes back on and engage on Sellout. Tries to land he lands the E, gets off of him. Sellout. Oh, Gus gets chunked by the Z forward from iSurge and throws the ult out, trying to get a little Dizzy, chunk him off and see if they can pick it up. But no, not able to. But this is also Eyesight roaming down here to the bot lane. Might be able to set up for this next drag happening.
Looking to maybe get another pick off here. Eyesight is pushed up quite far forward, but no hooks going to go out anywhere because they don't necessarily have the damage to go for this. Lighthouse Storm looks like they're going to be forfeiting second Drake over to the side of Rivals. Pretty unfortunate, but you still have later parts in the game where you can really capitalize here. You have really strong late game champions such as Orianna, Fiora, and the Kai'Sa, so we'll just have to wait and see if those people can really start to pop off, or if maybe they'll just drown a little bit when it comes to iSurge and his, and all this mid-game sort of power that we're seeing from iSurge, Eyesight, and Tomcat.
I think if Lighthouse Storm just focus a little bit more maybe on objectives right now, because on the next drag for sure that comes up they need to focus on, but maybe get some heralds to start getting some plates, because they have the CS on the side of Lighthouse Storm. So they're pushing for that late game. They're getting there. And who do you think would mostly be able to kind of bring this game together for the side of Lighthouse Storm? Oh, because Trusty's Karma right here goes in on Tomcat. Tomcat doesn't see little Dizzy coming in. Oh, but they're in the Shadow Realm right now, duking it out. Will he make it out alive, though? No, because Trusty's Karma kills him. And iGabi comes in with the ult, trying to pick up Trusty's Karma because he was low. Is not able to get it and just going to attack the lane and then bounce.
Yep, he's gonna just push out the wave to maybe make it in a better position, but he's only level 6 as opposed to Little Dizzy. He's been straight farming level 8 for himself. Man, the level discrepancy is quite huge, and we're surprised. I'm actually surprised that we don't see a lot more of these objective contentions coming out from Little Dizzy, seeing that he's 2 levels up. He could just walk in, smite, and they can't stop him from doing it, or at least they can stop him. It's just, you know, the 50-50 fights are looking a little bit more 80-20 with the smite advantage going over to Lil Dizzy, saying that he has 2 levels up over iGabi.
Yeah, and yeah, as you were saying that he hit 9 and it was like 9-6 for a second. I'm like, oh man, iGabi, you gotta get it up, and then he hit 7, so it's not too crazy, but he's definitely got to stay in the lanes and farm up a bit. But Sellout is just getting chunked and Feeding Lesbian. That is not a fun lane. I commend them on their patience on sitting under that tower, because at that point, if I was a Nautilus Feeding Lesbian, I would just go into the queue and say, we got to do something. Well, I'm not taking these hits anymore. And little Dizzy comes up again on top of Trusty's Karma, and Tomcat coming, misses the Q, but able to dash out of it, makes it out alive.
He is able to get on out of there. He doesn't want to get pushing any more advantages over to the side of Rivals. So really good done, or well done, by Trustiest Karma there. A lot of turret planings are going over to the spot side as well. Let's go ahead and do a quick gold check if we're looking over at all the lanes, seeing even in the top side. And we're in the jungle. It's about 700, no, not 700. It's almost 1,000 over in favor of Lil Dizzy thanks to all his farming. He almost has 100 CS already. While in the mid lane, we're seeing like 300 difference, 200 difference over for the side of Eyesight. And in the bot lane, we're seeing a whole 900 gold difference. And that's made up by all of this kills,
And
but
TB
here's
Barbarian comes back in actually and engage and throws the ult out from Ice Surge, probably just to get him off because here comes the ult from Feeding Lesbians, and I think they're just trying to just chunk down CB Barbarian. Yes, they are, but he throws the ult out to get Sellout, and then the Primal Instinct comes kicking in from Sellout, but TP coming from top. Feeding Lesbian trouble. Golden saves it. Tomcat in, but iGobby coming in trying to support him. Sellout is taken down, and Feeding Lesbian was able to make it out, I believe, right now. Might go for the dive with iGobby's ult. Oh, it's about to be up. Oh, he
yeah.
wants it. I know he does, but I think it's just going to end here, and they're just going to move back to their lanes.
Yeah, really well played. I want to say well played from Sellout there, using that killer instincts to dive it in there, get CB Barbarian. Fortunately, he does fall thanks to the TP from Tomcat. Trusty's Karma also uses TP to match him in bot lane, but he was a little bit too late on the trigger for that one. And a lot of tower, or at least this tower is taking quite the beating here from iGobby. Just looking to actually take down first tower here. I'm pretty sure he's able to. So that's going to be a nice chunk of gold over in his pockets. And right now, I'd still say the game's pretty much really well into the favor of rivals, even after that kill coming out from Sellout there. Really nice done, but not going to necessarily be enough in order to really push for too much of an advantage just yet. It's going to be closing out the gap in the bot lane at least, though.
Oh, and here comes Ice Surge with the damage just coming out with them, just because they're just fighting in this river trying to say what's up. And now with CB Barbarian always trying to go into the Leona versus a not, like how do you think it's going to kind of go with these next engages for the team fights later on?
Well, CB Barbarian, first
Oh wait,
top
Tomcat and Trusty's Karma going into the Shadow Realm, duking it out. Trusty's Karma trying to get the points on him right now. Oh, able to dash out of it at the end and survives, but still risky going in for it because that Q from Mordekaiser with that alone damage hurts. I know it got nerfed in this last patch, but still hurts.
Isolation damage is quite huge here, but first let's see, Dragon possibly going to be duking it out here. Looking for something
man.
at least.
There's the ult from Ice Surge. Oh, and Little Dizzy goes down. Feeding Legend might be a little too far up with this. Eyesight is able to just throw out his Q and do major damage. Oh, more chunks. Oh, here comes the charm. There it goes. And Sellout is out. Here comes the ult over from iGobby. Feeding Lesbian goes in for the dunk. Oh, and the BM and walks out.
He is just going to be able to get on out of that one. Quite unfortunate over for the side of Lighthouse Storm, a little bit out of position there, especially with Little Dizzy opting in to travel downside and not meet up with his team. Maybe they were looking for a little bit of pincer method, but he was just a little too far forward, and CB Barbarian going to be flashing backwards. Just, he doesn't need that. He doesn't, you know, the flash is a handicap. He doesn't need a handicap against this team, you know?
Everyone knows flash is broken. You just don't use it. Like, if you use flash, like, you're kind of insecure, you know? So CBR was like, I'm confident.
Yeah, he sees that 3D lesbian already used his flash in that last engage. He was like, you know, I can do that too. And he just flashed right there. So now, this is how you track summoner spells cooldowns, obviously. You know, it's hard keeping track of time. So, you just flash whenever they flash. You know exactly when their flash is up is whenever your flash is up.
Exactly. And that's how you win games, people. You heard it here first. And now they're going to push the mid lane. It is kind of low, but I mean, Eyesight's able just to clear waves like it's nobody's business.
Nobody's business at all. He did opt in for the Luden's Echo, which is a pretty good choice considering that it actually works pretty well with his kit. You know, you land a charm, that's Luden's proc, and then the Q, 2 procs for the Ludens to reduce the cooldown, and then your W, 3 more procs. So that's, and then I think that's like almost it. I think you can get a maximum of 6 procs over for Ludens to reduce its cooldown. If you don't know, they changed Ludens just a little bit, and yeah, they changed Ludens just a little bit so that it works a little bit better for like multi-hit combos, or like dots champions specifically. But it actually works really well on Ari because of how many times she hits you with the ability, and it reduces the cooldowns on Ludens just like a little bit more. First, CB the Barbarian said he wanted to make sure his F key worked. I am a flash on D gang because I don't look at my keys. I just hit the closest button possible.
There we go. I'm a flash on F guy. Actually, wait, I don't. I'd have to go back in the game. It's kind of just natural at this point. My hand just sits there and I just go for it reactive because, I'm always the first one to use it. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I see it as I'm not looking for which letter I'm pushing. I'm looking for whatever is the closest thing to my hand. And I like doing ring finger on Q, middle finger on W, index finger on E, and then I move E if I want to hit ulti, flash, or whatever my F key summoner spell is going to be.
Okay, I'm looking at feeding lesbian and eyesight. Yeah, pops the shield instantly because once he gets charmed, he's gonna get chunked out. Just even by the level difference right now.
Quite a big level difference, but that's somewhat normal you were going to see just because it's a mid laner. Oh,
Tries to land the Q on the wall to pull him back and just gets kind of stuck there. And the ult comes in from Ice Surge for the pickup. And the thumbs up goes up saying, oh, and the charm again on Little Dizzy, able to chunk out half his health. Oh, man.
this is getting quite rough over for the side of Lighthouse Storm. They're trying to defend his tower, but Eyesight just does not miss. He hits these charms. We're looking for another one. He's aiming for it. He's looking at it. He sees Little Dizzy walking up. Sellout, maybe. He's looking to see who he's going to charm. Alright, maybe he does miss sometimes, but, that was just the exception. He doesn't miss most of the time.
He doesn't miss when it matters. That's what's happening right now.
Exactly.
Every time we go and talk about it, he goes and misses, goes and happens. But once the fights start going, he starts getting on point. And the Little Dizzy might have a little hard time against rivals right now, just because of all the poke that they have. With either just running straight, you can't really get over there that quick.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and here comes Feeding Lesbian with the big Q engage, rooted and ulted up on Eyesight. They are looking to take Eyesight out right now. And Sellout tries coming in, tries to do some damage on CB Barbarian, but remember he's a tank because Igabi comes in flying with the ult from behind with the, oh my gosh, and the chunks come down for Feeding Lesbian. He's about to get taken out. Little Dizzy was able to stop him there. CB Barbarian and Igabi are low on the side of rivals. CP Brown and Sellout are going to try and make something happen here. Tower super low also on the side of Lighthouse Storm, so it might be in trouble for them to stay there and defend it because Ice Surge is at full health. Eyesight might have low mana, but he's got at least a combo in him with that mana he has left.
Yeah, does have at least one E and then follow up with a Q, possibly even reaching out for that W for the full combo would be quite devastating with the chain CC, but it looks like this mid lane tower is going to be going on over to the rivals to bring up their tower scores to 2, which opens up this bottom side of the map really well for themselves, considering that, Netstrike is spawning up here in about 20 more seconds. Lighthouse Storm is down, like, on all of the Drake fronts, and this would be Dragon Soul. Little Dizzy still, he's 2 levels up, but he hasn't really done anything with it. He has 1 kill assist, kill participation, I suppose, from that top lane engage, but he hasn't really been on top of the necessarily just objective game for it. He has this level of advantage, but his team just hasn't been necessarily in the best positions. He hasn't necessarily called for it. For his team to really play around his objectives. So it's really been showing out here. They're trying to go for this dragon now to really delay it, but we'll have to see. They did back off the site already, trying to maybe get a little bit more agency in here, move on over to the river so they're not in a choke point, but we'll have to see how this team wants to play it out. Everyone's here.
Oh, and here comes the hook from Feeding Lesbian going off with Trusty's Karma jumping off the side, trying to go to the back lane to Eyesight, but Ice Surge sends the ult, chunks out the whole team on the side of Lighthouse Storm. Oh, and the breaker comes in for the multi-kill. Oh my gosh, and Knot goes down with Feeding Lesbian. Little Dizzy out right here off the kill. Brown goes down next, and I thought it was done once Orianna landed the shockwave. I thought they were out, but Rival takes the next step, able to survive and gets dragged, with them looking to maybe either push mid or go pick up Baron next.
I think they're going to be pushing out this mid lane. They're a little low after that shockwave. It was a huge fight. It would have actually been amazing to see if they were able to continue on and forward with that, but unfortunately it just the TP from Tomcat just really sold them out and took them out whenever they were trying to capitalize on that fight there after CBR got that amazing was it 3-4-man shockwave?
It was a
absolutely
4-man shockwave for sure. It was definitely a 4-man on that one, and that was just crazy. I was just so shocked by it because It just happened so quick because I thought it was Dunsey for them, and then here comes the shockwave in. Insane.
Here
Oh, and little
comes.
Dizzy getting a little crazy down here in Outland, jumping on him. But I guess you gotta do something, make something happen on the side of Lighthouse Storm because with that sole point, they're getting a little beefy. Because look at Tomcat's health right now. Jeez. And
This is
Trusty's Karma just going at it actually. Whoa, Chunk, hey, what health? What health are you saying? And then Tomcat, oh, and the flash, Trusty's Karma said, I'm not done. Oh,
he ain't done.
the healing, insane. But Trusty's Karma's like, hey, you're not under tower, I will chase you down.
Yeah, he even had to play the steel cap boots. That just shows you that Fiora, trustiest commerce for Fiora specifically, does not care. You even have these extra armor. It does not matter. I'm just playing Fiora. I'm going to proc all your vitals. I'm not even going to get hit by that true shot barrage. Couldn't even hit me in a million years. Taking off this top lane tower is going to be able to win out that 1v1, which is pretty good. This might be a little agency that Lighthouse Storm needs in order to stay in this game, perhaps. You know, they don't necessarily have to show like no one really play off of right now, but perhaps we can see Trusty's Karma and Sellouts maybe edge them out over this mid game where, you know, we're seeing that Rivals is having a lot of power in. You see Eyesight 4-0. You're seeing Iser 6-1. Actually opted in to go for the tier as well, so he's actually going to have a little bit of that late game power as well before he goes ahead and picks up his Dust Blade, which is going to be a lot of CDR for himself as well. But whatever the case is, you know, you need to get past this really huge obstacle of a mid game before you guys can make it to this late game where you guys actually kind of shine.
And both teams, actually, both Rivals and Lighthouse Storm, have been having a crazy like ward battle. I don't know if people have been watching, but like their ward placements and them going back and forth, taking them out, one coming in, one coming out, like has been back and forth. And also shout out to iSurge, you know, seeing ADCs with some control wards early on. I'm a big fan of that. So Feeding Lesbian in trouble right now because Eyesight and iSurge, here comes the ult again, and iSurge is just picking up pieces one left and right. Oh, but CB Barbarian said pull through. I got Trusty's Karma right here, and little Dizzy coming in for support with Sellout, and they're able just to make it out.
They are able to get on out of there. No need to worry too much here. And looks like this, it could be potential for making a Baron call here. You have a strong ADC, you have a strong mid laner, you have the DPS to keep it up. iGobby is pretty tanky himself, especially with his Mountain Drake, so they can probably go for it. And a little bit of this smite difference has been closed out, seeing iGobby is level 12 while Little Dizzy is only level 13, so it's not as bad as a difference. Little Dizzy doesn't even have his flash, so he has to walk on old-fashioned way to get over there and try to test for this Baron. We'll have to see.
Oh man, dude, I really thought Little Dizzy was like preparing for the flash, but as soon as you said that, I look up, I was like, no, it's so close, it's so far. Because I really think that's what he needed to do. I think he thought that flash was gonna be up before they killed it. Flash over and steal it because he had the level, but now iGobby is back to 13 just off that Baron. So now it's tied up in that, and there can't be really a lot of steals happening from the level difference, but we'll see how it goes because man, that is a lot of buffs on iGobby right now.
Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about iSurge. I know we've talked a lot about iSurge, but let's talk about him a little bit more. Talk about his 14 out of 15 kill participation. He has half the kills, and he's been involved in the other half of them, which is quite insane. A lot of pressure is over on iSurge's shoulders, but he's doing quite well for himself there. Eyesight having a 12 out of 15, still really good as well. iGobby having 0 kills, 0 deaths, and 10 assists, also insane, as well as the support having 1 kill for himself and then 10 assists also. Just really moving together as a team really well to make something happen here.
Oh, Eyesight with the charm goes over the wall. That's something you just never expect. And Eyesight actually came in there and said, yoink, and said, I'm 8-1 now. But they're getting to the mid, like iGobby on the side. Throws out their Qs, everything, just the normal minion clear, and there might be a fight at the tower, but other than that, Trusty's Karma is just going to push bot.
Yeah, this siege is just impeccable coming out from Rivals. They are doing a really great job, just straight on pushing these towers, not really stopping at anything. Sellout getting chunked there from the Dust Blade.
Oh my, Feeding Lesbian is just walking into these charms, but it's so hard with them just sieging these towers. You're saying they said the tower's still up. I'm going in, and Sellout gets chunked out, and Little Dizzy is next with 4 people in the base right now, taking down the inhib. This might be it, but Trusty's Karma's still going. He said, all right, that's gonna happen, but I need to get us some type of leeway this way. I need to start digging us out of where we're at. But these towers on the Nexus are in trouble.
Yeah, they are indeed in trouble. Trustiest Karma is in this ball lane. He's trying to get something out in return of this. Eventually, the sieging power will have to stop from the rivals, but they're still trying to go for a little bit more here, especially with the Elder Drake spawning up here. They're already making their rotates over, and Lil Dizzy, well, he's just not up for another 10 seconds, so it's looking a little bit dicey for them, especially because we still have minions sieging down this base. It looks like this top inhibitor tower might go down even. Yeah, it is.
Elder's actually up right now, and they're definitely just going to get this for free, because if they try and challenge, I don't know what would happen to the side of Lighthouse Storm. But with them picking it up, it's the nail in the coffin, I believe, in this next siege fight, because they've been just moving as a team so well.
Absolutely. They've moved really well.
They're just not giving them any rest. Like, that's really what it is. And you said, like, the siege was going one after another. And Little Dizzy just can't catch a break right now. And Trusty's Karma says, okay, I'm in the Shadow Run with you. Let's see what's up. Pops ult, comes back into it. He has a 2-level power difference. Both Stericks pop right here. And Trusty's Karma with the freaking Elder. Oh, I was so excited to watch it go. But the Elder just came in and ruined it. And Brown comes in, pops ult, kills Tomcat. Oh, no, he said, I have shield. But, oh my gosh, don't tell me. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Brown.
That one was a little bit dicey on the final end there. It was a little bit. Ooh.
Oh no, the charm. Yep, Sellout about to get taken out here, and he's just dominating as it says. Brown's ult's not up, and Feeding Lesbian doesn't have that much tank on him just because the level difference happening right now. And yep, there comes the ult in, but this tower is gonna definitely go down. Little Dizzy trying to go for eyesight, probably trying to make something happen, but with 4 of these guys sieging right now with how big they are, and the charms just keep coming, and Ice Surge and eyesight just keep hitting them back with the Q, it's so tough to get in there. Oh, but here's a gap closer called Trustiest Karma, so we'll see what happens.
We'll have to see. He almost 1v1 Tomcat, who's level 17, so maybe he's the difference in these teams.
Lesbian came in, and then Trustiest Karma with the parry. Nope, backstep tower is down. Now they might have a lot of confidence to go in with rivals. Yep, they're going in with this here, and Lighthouse Storm, here comes the TP from Tomcat. Sellout trying to make something happen on the backside, but just gets bursted on that. And then, yep, here comes the Nexus. Here comes one after another. CB Barbarian actually gets taken down. iGobby gets taken down, but 2 people still hitting the Nexus at this time. And what a game.
What a game indeed. That got pretty dicey. You know, it was like a slippery slope hill. It was like, it was somewhat close, but they just kept falling slowly and further into the hole, where Rivals was just able to like really edge on out of there. Seeing how Ice Surge ended up 11 and 18. He was, he at some point, he was only missing 1 kill out of participation, but he ended up missing out on like 4 different ones. Nonetheless, because he was the one pushing out for these towers here. They almost had triple in hits up, but Ice Surge just playing out his mind there. Eyesight playing out his mind with 0 deaths on the Rift, going a perfect game for himself. And really just like pushing for that advantage, keep going for this strong mid game, where by the time we got to late game, it didn't really matter anymore for these late game carries. They weren't able to really beat on over against Ice Surge and Ice Sights, or iGobby, I guess, because he was just big, massive tank boy.
Yeah, and that was just, oh man, that was just, it was, as you said, it was so close. They kept like surviving after the fights, with the kills going more to the side of Rivals. And as more of the kills are going to the side of Rivals, Lighthouse Storm just couldn't get anything else. They weren't getting the OBJs. So as they were still trying competing with CS, because they were consistently CSing, and they're able to get their wards and they're able to get placed in. But as you said, like, it was just so close. But the side of Rivals just kept getting 1 more up on every single one of those fights.
Yeah, so that was our first game. We're going to be taking a quick break while we set up for the next game, which is going to be the Spawn Point versus Get Money Boys. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, hello, we back. Hello. With the Vastaya conference, we just saw Rivals and Lighthouse Storm duke it on out, and Rivals was really showing the just one upping in most spots against Lighthouse Storm, just like the small little one ups, and it really added up onto the end for that mid game. But now we're going to be moving on to our next game here with Spawn Point versus Get Money Boys. So let's, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into these things. You want to go ahead and introduce these teams to us?
Yes, on the blue side, we got Spawn Point at 5-1. We got Rosebuds in the top lane with Mordekaiser. We got SP Pillars in the jungle with Nunu. We got Abigor as Ari in the mid lane. We got Ziv as Tristan in the bot lane, and Fearzing as in not in the bot lane supporting.
Yeah, while over for the red side, we have Get Money Boys. We have Emrys in the top lane playing that Gangplank. We have Lord Zone in the jungle playing Cho'Gath. In the mid lane, we see Code Flow with the Rise. In the bot lane, we have Marco Flavo and El Big Daddy playing Ezreal and Pyke.
Oh
Oh
no,
no.
Emery's. Oh no, Emery's Fearzing. Come. Let's see if you land the Q. Oh, what a crazy Q right there. Oh my god, threading the needle. Emery's might be in trouble. Oh, the charm just misses. Ziv goes in for the jump bounce and makes it out. But that's gonna burn his, I believe, yes, that's gonna burn his flash and some pots of his crystalline flask, but he'll back and he'll get it back. So
Yeah, still burning that flash early is going to spell some quite trouble for him, especially because SV Pillars bring out the Nunu. Haven't seen him since last season, where he was Nunu abused quite a bit. But it's also interesting, we're going to be seeing Lord Zone pick up the Cho'Gath in the jungle as well, which is also something I haven't seen in forever. So I'm going to be interested to see if SP Pillar is going to be capitalizing on Emery's not having flash, or if Emery's is going to be playing pretty smartly and just like, I'm not going to be pushing up too far. I'm going to let, minions push near my tower, and then try to freeze it the best I can, or at least if Rosebuds will not necessarily break up any freezes in front of his tower.
and they were able to place a ward the side of Get Money Boys into their jungle, so they were able to see them when he got to red. So now they know where they're tracking on Nunu is, but oh, there's a snowball coming mid already. Here it comes. I guess you can call it a snowball, more like a disco ball. Here it comes in with a new groovy set. Oh, throws the Q, still might pick him up. Yep, picks up Cold Flow barely, and oh yeah, SP Pillars. I don't know now. You had Abigail with you, but after that it wasn't. But man, I love this skin. I'm sorry, I just love the whole groovy skin line that just came out.
Oh, it's absolutely a favorite, I gotta say, but Rosebud's hitting that level too early. It's definitely
Oh, and
gonna
El
be
Big
punishing.
Daddy's
Oh,
in trouble
no.
more than in the top lane because Ziv comes flying in, tries to land the Q, hits Marco Flavo once, and then Marco Flavo's trying to answer back with some damage on their side because Fearzing is low now, just like El Big Daddy.
Yeah, Pike support received some pretty hefty buffs recently. We're seeing all that gray health. He converts a lot of it nowadays, since they buffed Pike support, nerfed Pike mid, unfortunately, but Price support is getting, just able to be poked out pretty well, but still be quite healthy as long as he goes out, comes back in. And seeing a lot of flashes already burnt over for the side of Get Money Boys. Seeing top lane Gangplank not having his flash, Cold Flow with his flash gone, and then
Oh,
El Big
here
Daddy with
comes the
his.
disco
Oh,
ball. And as he
and
said
now,
that, Lord Dalton's down.
yeah, you know, you don't necessarily need the flash in order to get the money. They have the classic Gangplank up, so it'll be just fine. They're going to be working on that money team comp they were working on. Still only figured out Pike, Gangplank, TF are the only extra money makers, pretty sure, right now.
They got 2 out of 3 right now. So, I mean,
Uh-huh.
they're doing something, but Emery's is going to have a little tough time with Rosebuds. I mean, but if you're Gangplank, you just want to farm up. You just want to chill. You don't need to worry about getting all these kills, but sooner or later you're gonna start dishing that damage out.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of ooh,
Oh,
cold
cold
flow
flow with the
getting a little
ignite. Don't tell
low.
me. Don't tell me with
Oh,
the look, the no look pass from Abigor, just moving back. Oh man.
a lot of Aries we've seen recently, and it's showing quite potent here, especially with that early kill over the cold flow. I haven't seen Rise in a hot minute since the new items, just because there's a lot less mana in the game, but they did change Rise a little bit so he can still do quite a well job, perhaps, but we'll just have to see how Cold Flow handles himself in this mid lane. Already burning that TP.
Oh, both grabbing each other. Fearsing might be in trouble, but El Big Daddy's not that thick because Ziv is just chunking him up. But Marco Flavo also going for the back lane, and Ziv was trying a little bit too much in the back, but now it's a 1v2 right now. He has the ward, so he has the vision, but does not kind of go with it anymore, and that is a smart choice.
Smart choice in indeed. We gotta be careful of that. Don't want to be running yourself into a pike. Speaking of run into your
Oh,
pike,
no, SP. As soon as you said that, he literally ran himself into the bike with the disco ball.
uh, I gotta say, I do like the skins. I love Blitz and Crank and
Blitz.
Nasus's
Oh,
skin. Great
yes.
skins. I love how they're not even like remotely the same champion anymore. It's a robot piloted by either one or two of either the groovy side or the harsh vibes, which I love. I love.
I love Blitz and Crank. It's so good. I have it as a support player and as a Blitz lover. I got it and I got the chroma. It's just beautiful. Like each cat changes, each voice line changes. Like literally as I was rolling up to lane. Oh, SP Killers might be in trouble actually though. Oh no, he said El Big Daddy, you're in trouble because I got Fearsing with me right now. And El Big Daddy gonna hit the flash cone maybe? Oh, jumps early, picks him
Oh,
out. Zip your ankles. What's going on? But El Big
oh
Daddy
no.
does not have cooldowns because Piercing just clips him right there for Zip to get the kill. Oh man, Zip recovered from his ankles, but it's all good.
Yeah, all good because of the hook coming out of Fiercing. He was quite trapped right there, so it was a little unfortunate. A lot of good trading from Embers right there. But it looks like this early Drake is going to be going over to the spawn point side just because they got that newness, they got that little bit of extra damage coming out from the consume. So, not going to be contesting that until Lord Zone gets his level 6, and then he has a bigger chomp than SU Killers can really provide. So, this Smite chomps are going to be quite massive and pretty pivotal in order to go for these objectives. Once he has his feast up, he's really just going to be securing 100%. It's no longer going to be 50-50. It's going to be like 70-30, so you can layer out those abilities really well.
And Lord Zoltan knows that he's just, I gotta farm. I'm Cho'Gath, I gotta get my farm up, gotta get some, once I get 6, feast up. Marco Flavo in trouble though. Oh, Fearsing lands the Q. Yep, a little too close. And Ziv just picks up the kill. And Tristana with 2 kills early right now. And SP Pillars comes up for the gank on Emery's, pulls him back with Rosebud. Yeah, lands off his passive and he's just getting chunked right now. Oh, grabs an orange for heal. Lord Zoltan here to kind of help out. Lands a Q up and lands the pops the ult from Emery's, but able just to ward them off right now. Emery's is trying to use Crystal and Flask and Oranges to heal back up to maybe continue this fight because Lord Zoltan's here, but that's actually helping him out because Lord Zoltan's getting some of that XP. Oh, and Rosebud said, come here, welcome to the Shadow Realm, little buddy. Yeah, Lord Zoltan, I'm sorry. That's gonna be it for you. Oh, but Cold Flow popped up out of nowhere. Here he comes, and Rosebuds has the. Oh yeah, Rosebuds had Cho'Gath on him. Like he has the Cho'Gath's abilities from feeding him in the Shadow Realm, but Cold Flow came in, could not do it.
And he had the extra stats coming out from Cho'Gath, so he's not going to be as endangered from that just yet. While Cold Flow gonna have to burn his ulti, not going to be able to have that for any other roaming. But you're playing Rise, so it doesn't matter too much. You want to be farming up to get that really huge power spikes in order to, that strong late game point that Rise is known for. But we'll have to see with how it goes.
Oh, El Big Daddy and Marco Flavo, they know that they gotta try and make something happen because I mean Ziv, Tristana is very pesky to play against later on, especially with she already has Noon Quiver, but also oh Emery's might be in trouble here. Low mana, but no cooldowns and is able to make it out. I think if he could have kept going, he might have got something, Rosebuds, but it's better to be safer than sorry.
that Q cooldown is quite long, so maybe he didn't have it necessarily just yet. But in any case, Emrys is going to be able to get out with his life, but he's missing out on yet another wave of minions because of that. He doesn't have his DP available, and that's a turret plating of Rosebuds. The lead just grows and grows. But we'll have to see. It is early game, and early game playing early game wrong definitely feels quite bad. But it's just early game. You still have the
Oh,
rest
here
of the game
comes
to go
Ziv
for.
jumping in right away on Bill Big Daddy, but Fearsing pulls in Marco Flavo and just chunks him. Oh my gosh, and Fearsing was able to pick it up, but the kill does go to the side of Spawn Point, and this is going to be a little bit tougher for Marco Flavo to kind of come back into this game.
Absolutely. Seeing Ziv playing that Tristana is quite devastating with the Hail of Blades. You don't take press attack anymore because you're like, you know, screw this late game damage. I'm playing for the mid game. I'm playing for this early game. I'm playing to drop my bomb on someone, Goomba stomp on them, get 3 auto attacks, blow them up, and then jump on them again to do so much short trade damage. And that's honestly all you need in order to really get this stuff through.
Oh man, El Big Daddy needs to relax there. I know you're feeling confident in that tower, but he's kind of bursty. Oh, Emery's no. Oh, here comes SP Pillage with a disco ball to the face. Rosebud's there. He does not have any sums, but grabs the orange, trying to make something happen. And SP Pillage gets the kill, but Cold Flow getting charmed in the mid lane by Abigor, giving some good damage actually back. So those are some good trades for both of them.
Yeah, good trades indeed. El Big Daddy now level 6 means that he has the ulti, he has the way to get back into this game, seeing that they're 3k gold down. That's just 3 ultis, easy. You just, you know, go on Ziv, ulti him, or get him low, ult him, boom, easy. That's 900 gold right there. You see Fearsing, since he's already in the bot lane, ult him, easy, another 900 gold.
Abigor with the flash. You're watching him kind of tussle there, but in the top lane, Warzone's in trouble right now, and Abigor just get picked up from El Batty roaming top. There we go with the kill, sending gold to himself. Get Money Boys in a little bit of a time that they got to come back right now on him, and it's working out kind of with just that kill they're able to pick up. Oh, but here comes Harold in the top lane. Some more plates off to the side of Rosebuds. Emery's is just getting pounded this game because here comes another disco ball to ward him off.
Another disco ball. Looks like this might even just be first tower, even though they didn't use the Herald to execute. They got it down low enough where they could just go ahead, auto it down. First tower with full platings going over to Rosebuds and a little bit over to SP Pillars since he was there for the Rift Herald. And that is a lot of gold over for his buckets. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and check out how this gold leads are looking. 1.4 over to the top side for Rosebuds. Over into the junk, we're seeing a massive difference of almost, was it 11, or yeah, 1.14 in favor of SP Pillars because of that top lane as well. In the mid lane, we're seeing about a 500 gold difference over in the side of Abigor, and then in the bot lane, we're seeing a 1.3k difference for the Ziv, and you know, supports its Pike, so he does generate a little bit of money for himself to really close out some of this gold, but still, it's only a 100 gold difference, if that, and that's just not cutting it in order to get back in this game. Seeing gold leads coming out from all sides for the side of Spawn
and
Point
here comes Fearsing with the Q, trying to channel against Big Daddy. Gets tossed up. Lord Zoltan's right here, but the Q, the Abrupt saves him, but Colso getting bodied by Rosebuds down here, and El Big Daddy went a little too far into their base, and that was a 1-for-1, but he's a TP'd back up from Rosebuds, and now they'll be 4 on drag. They can't really contest it, and they're gonna have to give it up.
Good TP coming out of Rose, but he really wants to make sure that Everest doesn't take up or get any money here. He doesn't want to get back into this game at all. And that's a pretty good call. You want to keep your enemies low while you keep your gold high. Seeing that there's a 5k gold difference here in only 13 minutes in the game. This is quite incredible coming out from Spawn Point here. They're really just dominating in this early mid game. It's actually still early game. It's not even mid game yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're 13 minutes. And with the game on how I think it's gonna go is that I think they're gonna come back on this next third drag because they're gonna maybe get some picks off on the side of Get Money Boys. I really think they have the comp for them to be able to get some quick kills like that, but they have been kind of losing their lanes. So that's the next hard part. I think they're just gonna have to just gang up on one of them and just catch them out.
Yeah, we really do need to try to gang up on someone. They have El Big Daddy. They have the avenue in order to generate this gold, but they need to find ways to get the fight on in order to find these leads back into the game. No, the only one that's positive right now is El Big Daddy thanks to his ulti, and we'll just have to see if El Big Daddy can maybe get some of these bigger ults off so then he can snowball himself to snowball other people into this game again. Like I said, he has huge gold generation if he can get those ults off, but so far he hasn't been too successful just yet in order to find like the huge pop-off point that Pike can really do. But maybe after this third Drake, like you said, we're gonna be seeing a lot bigger fights coming out from Lord Zone, Cove Flow, Marco Flavo, Emrys, and El Big Daddy for the finisher ultis to generate this money.
Oh, here comes the disco ball. Big Daddy might be in trouble, but he's able to make it out because he's got the moves. Oh, and here comes the pull. Cold Flow able to land a stun on him. Just doesn't have enough vision out there for him to feel comfortable about following up on it. That's the tough part because actually they're rotating 3 up there with Abigor just in the bot lane pushing. So I'm just wondering how they're kind of reacting to this. I know they don't have vision here. They saw them walk through though earlier, and oh, here comes old Big Daddy, and there's 3 mid. So we'll kind of see how it goes right now with them engaging if they're going to or not.
We'll have to see how it goes. But for now, we're just gonna be chilling out a little bit, a little NA ramming, seeing how both bot laners are now in the mid lane, just chilling it out, not really going for any objectives, because the only one up is going to be that Rift Herald here, which is still an important objective to grab.
Oh, and here comes old Big Daddy trying to spice it up, maybe trying to grab Rosebud, knows that he's super low against Rosebud, trying to just pick him out, maybe poke him, get some stuff, make some things happen, but they are going to be able to pick it up. And I'm sorry, but I have to go back to Blitz and Crank. Like, I promise you guys, like, that is the best skin that I have seen in a long time. Like, when you see it, like, I literally was walking to lane as Blitz, and I don't know if this was shown earlier. Oh, Ziv on the kit. Wait, might pick up Marco Flava because of how much damage he does right now. El Big Daddy's still poking on this dude. Emery's here with the help. Here comes Lord Zoltan. El Big Daddy does need help, though, in the Shadow Realm. Tries to throw the ult out to get more damage. Rosebud knows he needs to run, and he's going to make it out with Marco Flavo getting hammered with 3 mid right now. That's just unfortunate.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, it's quite incredible.
I have to say, I'm sorry. I have to say about Blitzing. I was walking to lane, and then I forgot who was in lane already, but someone was there, and then he was about to leave. But as he was leaving, I literally see Blitzing Crank like salute, like put 2 fingers to his eyes and point, and like his hand as like a pointer forward, saying like I'll push the wave. Like I don't know if that's some secret stuff where I clicked something, but that was crazy.
Blitz and Crank is quite. I honestly liked the skin line a lot because it actually did put. I feel like it pushes boundaries a little bit more because you would never think, oh yeah, Linasis, let's just make him a tiny dog in a mecha suit. Yeah. We seen the mega skin, the Super Galaxy skin lines where they're in mechs and stuff like that, but they're champions. They are always recognizable by the regular champions. And then you see Nasus, he's just tiny dog in a mech suit, or Blitz and Crank, he's 2 cats, where one of them is the claw itself, and he's grabbing people. So
yeah, and their personalities, they literally put 2 different personalities conflicting with each other. And I sadly, like, I loved like the Blitzcrank, but when I had to choose sides, like I chose Blitzcrank, I really wanted to choose Groove. I'm not really with the harsh vibe side. One song for everybody, don't really know about that, but I had to follow my boys Blitz and Crank.
I went with the Groove because I was grooving that with that Nasus skit because I still thought it was like really cool. Plus, dogs,
his dance.
Man. The dogs. His
dance. Yeah. Oh yeah. Dogs versus cat. I really wish I could have gone dogs, but I couldn't disrespect my boys Blitz and Crank, even though they want to harsh the vibes,
Absolutely. But it gives me hope because we are going to get Crime City Nightmares eventually, upcoming, as well as.
Oh, but here comes Fearsing because we haven't had a little action right now. Lord Zoltan knows he needs to kind of stay alive because fight this drag, but right now they're able to land the root, fusing a bunch of damage. But here comes the disco ball from behind. Hits Big Daddy, able to flash out of there. SP Pillars here on the backside. Abagor is going 1v1 to Marco Flavo, channeling down here, able to pop the ult up. Warzone still alive, and on the side of spawn point, it's going down fast. Rosebud is down, and Big Daddy with another ult. Is he gonna land another? He has to combo it. What? Oh, I guess he didn't get the second one, but that's a double kill. And Ziv over here trying to pick up that kill. Emery's in trouble, getting 1v3'd, and all of a sudden it flipped over to the side of spawn point on that because their health was low. They were getting down. I thought Get Many Boys had it.
Yeah, I thought they had it too. Well, unfortunately, Big Daddy was a little bit trigger happy after he ulted onto after he ulted Fierzing, after he landed the hook. He accidentally double tapped the trigger and ulted at the same location, missing out on Abagor. If he was able to, if he didn't accidentally miss out on that ulti, it would have been absolutely huge for his team to really propel themselves. Because I imagine they would actually be able to clear out the rest of the team there, saving Emrys a little bit so that he could do a little bit more damage, so then Big Daddy could finish up those kills with his ulti. But unfortunately, he's only going to be able to pick up one and then auto the last one, so he wasn't able to get that insane goal generation either.
Uh-oh, here comes the Big Daddy right here. Yep, pulls the Q. Marco Flavo, he's holding his dash, misses the stun, can't get it, but Fierzing re-engages back onto Marco Flavo, and SP Pillars just does so much damage right now to where it's just tough being a Pyke from behind. That's just so hard because you're not tanky. You have your engages, but you need your team, and that's the really hard part right there, is being from a Pyke from behind. But you're still able to do it with his gold generation.
Yeah, and seeing Paladin in the chat making note that Rosebuds was still at half health, so maybe he's gonna be get the absolute pop off. But in any case, it would have been still good to at least pick up Ziv and Abagor a lot quicker in that fight, in order to get a lot of gold for him. This Pyke, as you said, can't get near him. Man.
Yep, and Lord Zoltan just getting hammered right now with the Herald going there. And they weren't able to get towered, but that is a good amount of damage for next time when you siege. Just poke it down and it should be good. Big Daddy kind of by himself, though. The charm barely misses. You need to be careful.
Yeah, definitely do need to be careful, because all of the people on the spawn point side are pushing a strong lead right now. Coldflow having the Everfrost. I haven't even noticed that yet, but Everfrost good tech because you get your EW down. It's lockdown, guaranteed lockdown CC. You Everfrost them, and then they're just stuck there longer while you just go ahead and just wail on them with your combos. So I like the Everfrost pickup here, looking for the tier as well. But right now we'll have to see if they actually make it.
Zoltan in trouble right now. There's the blast gun, still might be able to get out. Pushes out. Does he have flash on him? No, he does not. He doesn't have it. Ziv comes flying in with the Goomba Stomp, as he said, onto Marco Flavo. And Coldflow just trying to walk out. Right now, they're looking to maybe do their final push, or maybe just to get their inhib down. Oh, and Ziv is just hungry right now. He is just hungry, but able just to jump out, not able to take any power shots. I think Rosebud and Fierzing were holding it so that Ziv could make it, but he's like, I'm just going to jump.
Yeah, no need to worry. So it looks like we're going to be seeing some big resets. Let's go ahead and check on the gold. We're seeing, 12K, 1K, 3K, 4, or not K, but 1.2, 1, 1.4, and then 1.4 again coming out from these resets, which are pretty big. You're going to see some nice power spikes. We've already seen Ziv pick up his VF sword, looking to build that IE next, which is going to be a great item for him to grab. It's going to be a ton of damage for him, and he's really just going to be snowballing it out, because we're looking over at the score line. We're seeing 5-0, 1-0, 4-2, 6-0, just dominating right so far. Get money, boys. You're not out of this yet. You have all this extra gold generation. You just need to be able to put it to use. Seeing the Everest is a little bit low on his cash, seeing as CS is a little bit lower than he would like it to be, and he really definitely does need that gold. Load Zone is a little bit behind in level, so it's going to be a lot harder for him to try to win some of these smite fights, even with the Feast. But in any case, maybe he can still do it, since it is like 1,000 true damage onto epic monsters regardless. And then for the mid lane, a little bit behind for Coldflow, who's working on that second item. He basically has tier finished up. He just need like 900 gold, and then he's good. Maybe make it back into this game here. While Marco Flavo still aiming for that mid-ish sort of build.
Abagor just face checked the wrong bush. with Big Daddy able to pick it up with the ult, get some gold on that side, but they're diving 3 bot. Marco Flavo does need to get out of there, does have to pop flash to save himself. The disco ball was still coming because they knew that they could just siege this tower with how big they are right now. And
Red team's
Coldflow trying to get some of these wolves so they don't get some of their gold off of it. And he needs to watch out where he's walking because that might not be his hood anymore with Fearzing and SP Pillars and Rosebuds and Ziv in that whole entire thing, setting up for this Dragon 19.
Yeah, this is Dragon Soul Dragon as well, so we have to be careful here. Lord Zone and Big Daddy's
Oh,
coming
Shadow
in.
Realm for
No.
Lord Zoltan. Here he comes. Rosebud knows he does a lot of damage. He's just trying to survive right now, but Fearzing on the other side. Oppo here waiting for him to come out of ult to help him out. Lord Zoltan's able to sneak it out barely.
No.
Oh, no. In with the click backwards. Why? Oh, Ziv had to use this jump out. It's down. Maybe if they make something happen right now, they can catch him with cooldowns, but it's going to take too long for the initiation. Ziv's cooldowns will be right back up with the jump, trying to land some things. Has the player advantage. Oh, actually, no, it's just 4-4, but he came back with the disco ball. Here comes Fearzing. Thought they were watching out. Ult onto Cold Flow, but the ult does come from Marco Flava down to the backline to be able to chunk them. But SP Pillars does so much damage right now that they have to worry about this. Here comes the ult. Emery has the flash out of there. Over here with El Big Daddy, 1v1ing Abacor, taking his ankle. Ziv jumps over. He needs some help. He needs these 3 to get there faster. Coldflow's here. Here's the charm. The charm came in, able to just chunk him back. Fearzing with the hook on Marco Flavo. Emery's here. Oh, and the TP coming in. Yeah, that would have been the nail in the coffin with Raid Boss flying into the TP.
It was looking really good for them. El Big Daddy in there alone, just breaking ankles, dodging all these skill shots, doing a good job, but his ulti is up. I think he needed to stay with the team just a little bit more instead of going for a full dive. But I mean, he was buying time for his team, I bet, in order to do all that damage. But unfortunately, that ulti is maybe a little bit more pivotal than that Lord Zone also falling down to Rosebuds in that 1v1 area and then also walking back a little bit. Just ending up falling there would just costed so much for him, for his team, because he wasn't there for that whole team fight. Sure, Rosebuds wasn't, but if Rosebuds was falling anyways, it would have been good, good for them if they were able to get that out.
Yeah, they were so close for it to come back. And if you win that, you get the drag. You stop their soul. You swing the momentum back that way. Like it's definitely a game. At least sets it up for them to be able to have an easier route back. Now it's a lot of turtling that's gonna have to happen. Maybe a Baron steal, maybe something to come in that way because they're CSing. They're CSing pretty well. They're staying there. It's just some of them are just so much ahead that it just makes it so hard to kind of keep up with it. So everyone's got to watch out with whatever lanes they're going in.
Yeah, we're seeing 8k difference, like on the dot 8k difference over in favor for spawn point here. So it's just playing from the back foots for Get Money Boys. We're starting up the Baron here. We're seeing Paints come out. Already using the Cannon Barrage, so they see it happening, but I don't think anyone can get there in time. Ooh.
Yeah,
Multi almost got it,
but it's
SP
tough.
just too much damage. Yeah.
Yeah, the SP Pillar just does so much damage, and he's tanked. Like, what's going on here? Like, he has Sunfire and he has Deadman's. Like, if anything, that's just him getting tankied up. I guess the Sunfire is just kind of helping him out a bunch. Oh, and here comes SP Pillars trying to let it. Ziv might be in trouble here. Cold Flow almost had it, but got knocked up from his snowball. A Big Daddy kind of floating around, and Marco Flavo gets charmed. Abagor combos, and that is just the end for Marco Flavo there.
And Ziv is back at half HP. He has no lifesteal item other than that Doran's Blade, but this Ocean Drink is just doing wonders for them. Seeing El Big Daddy look for a flank, but you see Ziv, he's at 75% HP. He was like, huh? I thought I could ult him like literally 2 seconds ago, but he's just healing it all back up.
Yeah, but Lord Zoltan just getting all this chunk and damage from Fearzing just sitting there. Like, the towers just cannot hit fast enough right now. Emery's a little bit in trouble here. Here comes the ult flying down. Yep, and the charm again. With El Big Daddy just trying anything right now, but he knows he cannot do anything. But what a game for the side of Spawn Point.
Yeah, looks like that is going to be pushing Spawn Point up now to 6-1. Get Money Boys, unfortunately, going to fall down a little bit to the 4-3 point. But that was quite the game there. You have any thoughts to say about that one?
Yeah, just that, I mean, I really felt like there was a chance the whole entire time to make it back. And on that last fight, if Lord Zoltan just, oh man, if he just didn't click forward once, he would have made it out just barely. And that's what's just so tough is that like I feel like just these little mistakes kind of brought it down to where Tristana gets 10-0, where Rosebuds gets 6-1, with Abigor going 7-4 because Abigor was really just chilling the whole game. He was just farming it in lane, doing his thing, throwing combos out when he saw someone, and then that was pretty much it. That was their AP damage that they needed.
Yeah, that was the damage that they needed. So, that is going to be our gains for today. That was the Vastaya Conference Gold Cats for the GRLCS Season 14. Thanks for chatting up in chat and saying hi, watching these games alongside of us. It was quite the games to watch with rivals beating out against Lighthouse Storm with that crazy first 2 minutes of the game, not even 2 minutes. Everyone just running bot side and started duking it out. It's crazy to see that. And then spawn point here, just absolutely massive. Uh, absolutely massive in this fight with spawn point. Just Rosebuds, Abagor, Ziv just doing so much damage. But yeah, I've been Let's Go Dragon alongside of my co-caster here, Images, and we are going to be signing off. Thanks for coming. Bye bye.
Ganja smoking, they got rum in me cup. Bad girls wind up on the dance floor. All the girls